Hi YouTube fans, this is Rick from Retired Guys Journal. It's been a long while since I've made a video, and it's been a long while since I've been on the EUC, so I thought I would give us a little ride and see how it goes, if I can still ride this thing. So I'll face the camera forward so you can see. Okay, here we go. So I noticed with age it gets a little wobblier. Instead of getting better, I seem to get worse. I'll be 70 years old next month. And there's probably not a whole lot of people my age still doing this, so I'm either crazy, stupid, or young at heart, or maybe a combination of all three. But these things are addictive. My neighbor lost a tree yesterday. Blew those things down, and blew 3 of my trees down on my property. So I spent the last 2 days in this god-awful heat and humidity, cutting those up and throwing them, scattering them around on my property. Tell you what, I'll be so glad when September gets here to cool things off. As it is now, we pretty much wait until evening to go outside because it's just so blasted hot. And then when you got humidity, it's about as high as the temperature is. It's no joke. As you can see, that guy there cutting his grass. We wait until the evening to do anything around here. I got a dog chasing me. And there he goes. He can't keep up. Well, I gotta speed up a little more. There he goes. What would he do if he caught me? And it's one of those daggone chihuahuas, and I have one, and they're fearless dogs. There. He couldn't do 30 miles an hour, so I probably ran the poor little legs off of him. By the time I get back there, he'll still be laying out in the street tired. At least I hope he will. So it's about, I don't know, between 7 and 7:30 right now. And it feels really good out here right now. Look at all this. This is from the last rainstorm we had, which had a lot of wind with it. People have lost trees so bad. And these doggone trees, I don't know what the heck kind they are, but they're brittle as all get out. And heavy. So they kind of remind me of an oak tree, as heavy as they are. But there's another one. People lost limbs. It's crazy. Gotta stop there. See what's going on. Let me pause this for a minute. I missed my turn. Here we go. Man, I gotta start riding this thing, or else park it forever, or maybe sell it. Then I gotta start riding it again because I am rusty as all get out. And of course, I'm getting some stares by people. How you doing? I threw 2 fists up. I guess he thought that's pretty cool. These things still aren't well known down here in the South. People still wondering what the heck it is. I doubt very seriously if there's more than 200 in the whole state. I do know of 3 other ones because they rode with me. But other than that, like everything else down here, they're no slow to change, which is fine with me. I like a slower pace life now that I'm retired for the 3rd time. This is just a short video. I just basically wanted to get out on this thing and see if I can still ride it. Catch up with you guys, let you know I'm still around. Been busy cutting grass and landscaping because I'm probably going to sell this house within a year, I think. And we're going to head to a more gentle climate. And since I'm now retired, maybe even to a climate where it gets actually cold and snow. Because now that I'm retired, like I was saying, I don't have to go out in it. And my air conditioners, we have 2 air conditioners on our house, 2 central air units because the house is so big. But I'm really tired of hearing them things running 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for probably 9, let's get more realistic, about 8 months out of the year. Anyway, coming up on my house now, that's a beautiful lake in our front yard. That's not ours though. The lake's in the backyard. It looks like I got a couple of geese in my front yard. More than a couple. Climbing up my driveway. Yeah, it looks like 3 fat ones. Man, my feet hurt. It's been a long time since I rode this thing. Gotta get the muscle in my back. My feet are killing me right now. Well, enough of me complaining on this ride. I'll start riding it more often and maybe complain less. We'll see. Oh, today. All right, let me put this in close again. So, okay, that was probably just over a mile or so. I don't know what it is. I'll have to do it in the car one of these days. But anyway, from me being out of breath as much as I am, you can tell that was kind of hard on the old guy. Maybe I need to start working out again. But anyhow, we'll take a look at my view in the garage. It's our pride and joy there. My 2024 High Country. And this is the Vespa I picked up a little while ago. Oh, what was it, about 4 or 5 months ago? And it had a big dent in it, and paint scrapes all over the tank, right through here. The other side was really bad. This side was caved in. And the seat was all shot to heck, you know, from being outside, I guess, the previous owner. So I put a little seat cover on it. I did all the body work and painting on this myself. Never done it before. Well, that's not necessarily true. I redid a car when I was 16, and it looked like a 12-year-old did it when I got done with it. So I've gotten them remarkably better. Just took my time. Then I custom painted it with the blue. There's my Air anniversary tires emblem. And I put these fancy grips on it. Painted my little windscreen there blue. Got my special foot pegs, which fold out for the rear passenger. And then I painted the engine cover blue. So just enough blue to make it stand out. And of course the front brake caliper I painted blue also. It's a sweet little bike. This is a Vespa Sprint 150cc. Year model on it is a 2015, and it has got, how many miles on this? 5,306 miles on it, which is not very many miles on a bike this old. What is it, 9 years old? Yeah, 9 years old. But this thing, I'm thinking about selling it. My wife doesn't want me to sell it because I have such a kick on it. I mean, this thing is a blast to ride. And I've owned a lot of motorcycles, Harley Davidsons, Yamaha, one Suzuki, one Kawasaki, the 750 Mach 3, which at that time, that bike was around, it was the fastest road bike in the world. And I've had, let me see, 3 Harleys, one Suzuki, one Yamaha, gosh, I think at least 2 Hondas, quite a few bikes. But I gotta tell you the truth, out of all of them, this thing is the most fun to ride. For a guy my size, I'm kind of heavy. Let's see, I weighed 212 yesterday. But this bike will cruise all day long at 66 miles an hour with my Lord Bud on it. And I really don't know what the top speed is because I don't take it to the top end because I don't want to hurt the engine. But the speedometer reads 140 kilometers an hour or 80 miles an hour. I don't think it'll do that, but I'm pretty sure it'll do 70, maybe even 75. I really wouldn't want to ride it that fast. I won't take it on the freeways here because everybody does everything slow here in this state except for drive. They act like they're all an hour late to wherever they're going. And that's just too scary on the freeways with this, knowing that you don't have the power to hit the throttle and zoom out of the way. But it's a nice little bike. Really like this thing. So I might just hang on to it until I can't ride it no more. But it sure looks a lot different than it did when I got it. So there's been a lot of work done to this thing. I did all the body work, straightened out them panels right there. This was hard because it has the crease in the metal. You had to repair that. That was kind of rough. And the first paint I ordered, they sent me the wrong color, and then I actually ordered it from Vespa themselves, or a Vespa dealer, and they sent me the right color, so I was able to shoot. Well, I pretty much painted the whole bike, actually, almost. But, yeah, it's a great little bike. There's what I haven't been riding around very much, and it shows. Okay, my feet quit hurting. But you're concentrating all your weight on them little pedals right there. And it is, when you're first learning how to ride one of these, or you haven't ridden one of these in a long time, you'll use muscles you forgot you had, or didn't know you had. Now, this is the V11. I had a V12, and unfortunately, I sold it to a guy who, I feel bad about it, But I sold it to a guy, and he was a lot younger, less than half my age. And you know, they're a lot more fearless. And he crashed it doing probably 30, 35 mile an hour. Because the V12 is faster than the V11, but the V12 doesn't have suspension. And that's why I sold that AUC instead of this one, because the V11 has suspension, which I like. Anyway, he hit a pothole or something and wrecked it. And I forget how many places in his leg, how many breaks he had in his leg. But he was laid up for a long time. And of course, wiped out the EUC. And he had it, gosh, I think less than a month when that happened. And he learned how to ride it right away. I mean, he was already doing like 35 miles an hour, 40 miles an hour on the thing. And if I remember right, top speed on that is 43. But yeah, he was fearless. And then I also had the A2. And I also had a, what do you call those things? The 9-bot two-wheeler thing you stand on, has like the T-post in the middle. Gosh, I forgot what it's called. I bought that for my wife because they're super easy to learn how to ride, super easy to ride. And I put it on Facebook to sell it. And a lady came up. She was probably, I would guess in her 50s. And her husband's a great big guy. She told me, but I don't know if he can ride that thing. He's probably way too big for it. But anyway, she saw that A2 there. She goes, and she seen me riding that right there. The day she came up to pick up the 9-bot, whatever that thing was called. And she goes, "Is that for sale?" And I go, "Well, yeah, actually it is." She goes, "Well, I want that too." And I go, "Are you sure these are kind of hard to learn how to ride? And the older you are, the harder they are to learn on." She goes, "My husband is like you." She said he's kind of a daredevil. And I said, "Well, if you want it, you know, it is for sale." And he kind of talked her. I was kind of like talking her out of it, you know. But she wanted it, and I never heard back from her, but I just hope to God he's okay. Because from the way she talked, he was over 6 foot tall and probably hitting 300 pounds. And that little lady, if you know anything about the A2, it's a tiny wheel. But they are fun. Hopefully he learned how to ride it. I told him what to do. I said, get on YouTube and watch all the videos you can on learning how to ride an EUC. And hopefully they did that. But if he's as crazy as she made it sound he was probably riding it in one day. But it took me months to learn how to ride, because the older you get, the more fear you have of things break when you fall down. So anyway, knock on wood, I've never dropped mine. I have never dropped any of my wheels. But it's just a matter of time. You know, or some unforeseen circumstance, hitting a pothole when you're not least expecting it, taking your eyes off the road for 1 second, that's all it takes. But yeah, maybe it's because I am so cautious I haven't wrecked. And so I want to keep it that way. But anyhow, this is the old garage. And since I'm running out of things to tell you about, I guess I'll sign off. So thanks for watching Retired Guy's Journal. And look for more videos a little more often. Thank you.